I'm Ottilie Edwards, and welcome to On the Red Dot. Pet ownership is now on the rise in Singapore. There are now 59,000 licensed dogs and many more unlicensed cats, dogs, rabbits, and other pets. Unfortunately, reports of animal cruelty have also risen. Let's find out what we can do to stop this trend. Neglected, abandoned, and unloved. The number of animal abuse cases in Singapore is on the rise. In 2011, the Agri-Food and Veterinary Authority, or AVA, and the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals handled more than 1,400 animal cruelty cases. This is a 23% increase compared to 5 years ago. To better protect these furry friends, an Animal Welfare Legislation Review Committee was tasked to review current animal welfare laws. Among its proposals, stiffer fines and longer jail terms for those who mistreat animals, setting a minimum age of 16 for pet buyers, and getting pet shops to screen those who want to buy a pet. But animal welfare groups say ultimately the buck stops at the individual when it comes to looking after their pets.
People first have to be responsible. So education is a very big part of it. The public have to be educated on what it means to be a good owner, a responsible owner.
Animal welfare groups say that responsible pet ownership starts even before you buy your pet. Animals are living beings with feelings, so they become depressed when they are neglected. So if you're looking to buy or adopt that cute puppy or kitten, please consider whether you have enough time, space, and money to care for a pet. It's a typical Sunday morning, and Lala, a West Highland Terrier, is enjoying the fresh air. While most pet dogs are taken out for walks by their owners, Lala was only brought out last week. Like the other ex-breeding dogs here, Lala spent most of her life confined to a cage at a puppy farm in Pasir Ris. She was rescued last month.
We rescue the breeding dogs, and we have got a number of them that are looking for a good home as well. So that's what we encourage adopting.
Derrick Tan, founder of animal rescue group Voices for Animals, or VFA, helps to rehome ex-breeding dogs who are abandoned because they are past their prime. 40 toy dogs such as Maltesers and Pomeranians are up for adoption today. Some dogs have skin problems like scabies and eczema, which developed from living in unhygienic conditions. But most of the hopeful adopters don't seem to mind, even if medical bills for the older animals are higher.
They are quite pitiful for giving birth like every year, like for many years there. Most people buy pets out of impulse, like for example pleasing their children. Once they grow out of it, they find ways to abandon it. So yeah, I would encourage people to adopt.
One of the recommendations by the Animal Welfare Legislation Review Committee is that the supply of pets should be tightened to reduce pet abandonment. And adoption is one way to ensure abandoned pets will find a new home. Many are willing to give these dogs a second chance. But Derrick and his team need to make sure these dogs will not be abandoned again.
We actually will screen the people, the family, where does the vets, who are the vets, and does the dog goes to grooming, and which are the groomers, and which are the pet shop and stuff. Do they have anything that could actually show us? And actually, by screening and asking all these questions, you can actually know what kind of family and whether is this suitable for the family.
Another review committee recommendation is that pet shops should ensure the pets go to informed owners, and that's exactly what VFA does.
See, cats are very territorial as well. So it's going to be a long time before they can adjust to each other. And the dogs have already been, in a stressful environment, and we do not want them to go to a home where they have to face more stress, and then wait for the cats to accept them before they can roam around.
VFA insists that all family members be present during the adoption process. This is in line with the review committee's recommendation to foster greater responsibility amongst pet owners.
So the dog goes to a home, and at the end of the day, the family doesn't allow the dog has to be returned. So that's something we are trying to minimize.
Unlike Lala, Snoopy is one of the 3 dogs that will be going to a new home today. But VFA will be conducting house checks to ensure Snoopy is in good hands. As a member of the Animal Welfare Legislation Review Committee, Dr. Siew believes animal welfare is everyone's responsibility. An aesthetician by profession, Takwa also heads Save Our Street Dogs, another non-profit animal welfare group that rescues and rehomes stray and abandoned dogs.
A lot of pet owners are not that responsible, and when there's no responsibility towards their pet, then cases of abandonment increase, cases of abuse also increase. As for the pet industry, when they sell the pet, sometimes they do not ensure that the pets go to a good home.
The review committee recommends that stricter controls on the pet industry is needed. At the moment, home breeders are unregulated. Another reason animal welfare is sometimes compromised.
Like home breeders, they are not licensed, and it's also very difficult for the AVA to bring them to justice. So part of all these laws, so part of the review, is to ramp up the enforcement bit. That means to give AVA more manpower, more resources to go after people who are doing this illegally.
As the clinical director of Singapore's first surgical specialist clinic, Dr. Adonsha Thien warns us of the dangers of backyard breeding.
When you buy a dog online or off puppy farms, you don't really know what their heritage is, you don't know what their breeding is. That way you don't really know what kind of diseases they might inherit. So when you bring them home, you might be shocked that they might start developing diseases or viral diseases quite shortly after.
18-year-old blog shop owner Sena Kuni was left in a lurch after she bought her dog online. Turns out the handwritten vaccination certificate given to her was fake. But she only found out when her dog became sick with a parvovirus attack, a disease that a vaccination can prevent.
The cost purchasing it online is actually much cheaper. It only cost me around 630, but for pet shops it costs 1,000 to 2,000 plus.
Although Sena tried to save money by buying her dog online, she ended up spending more money instead. Her dog Shiro's 1 week stay in a hospital and medication cost her $2,000. Sena tried contacting the breeder Ko Wen-ju. She was unsuccessful, but her search for him went viral. That's when she found out that there were at least 4 other pet owners encountering the same problems.
So I actually posted the incident on Facebook because the guy didn't reply my SMS and my calls. So actually a few people came up to me and actually told me that they bought the same dog from him. The dog was also hospitalized.
Apart from filing a report with the police, Sena has also filed a complaint with the AVA. AVA says they are investigating the case. It urges people to buy animals from pet shops and farms licensed to buy AVA. There are about 260 licensed pet shops in Singapore, but many more unlicensed breeders.
The most important thing is seeing that the place is clean and the dogs, so the mom and dads are actually happy and healthy and well kept. And also ask that the puppies are vaccinated and that they're dewormed as well before you bring them home. A responsible breeder should be very happy to show you all that there should be nothing to hide.
Hi there, welcome back to On the Red Dot. At 10 a.m. 2 weeks ago, 31-year-old Lucy Sabaron was walking home with a fellow domestic worker. They've just been shopping at the supermarket. It was then when they saw a man walking with his dog, but they didn't see what was coming next.
Suddenly something like rubbing into my arms. Then when I look at it, I realize it's the dog. Then I feel the pain. So I kept screaming. Then my friend also is screaming behind me and pulling me, and the dog owner also pulling the dog into my arms.
The bite lasted about 15 seconds before the owner of the dog could pull the dog away and muzzle it. The dog, believed to be a mongrel, left Lucy with 5 lacerations. The largest measured 10 centimeters.
Then the dog owner is like, "You shouldn't scream. You know, you make the dog so angry." Then after that, yeah, okay, because my arms is just like keep bleeding and the flesh, something is like so messy, looks so horrible. Then the man is just like, "Okay, I'll bring you to the doctor. I give you some money." Then another passersby coming, just like, "You don't go anywhere. You just stop down there. I call the police and the ambulance."
Lucy was hospitalized for 3 days. Her arm needed surgery. The incident, which happened so quickly, left scars that will last a lifetime.
Even a small and cute dog, I'm scared. It's just like, is this dog going to bite me?
The The Agri-Food and Veterinary Authority of Singapore, or AVA, is currently investigating the case. They advise the public to report dog bite incidents to the AVA and the police. Aggression can be a problem for any dog, but tougher laws will not prevent dog attacks because dog obedience starts with the owner.
I would say a lot of owners just don't understand their dog that well. So it leads to aggression. Mild aggression, from just barky to serious biting case.
Lucas Bong has been a dog trainer and behavior expert for 20 years. He is one of 30 AVA accredited dog trainers in Singapore. Lucas recommends that all dog owners send their pooches to obedience training school.
Usually, when dogs are not properly socialized or neglected, they will go into this psychological hermit way of thinking. So, animals being animals, they might not know how to interact. When they see any form of danger, two things, that's what they do. Take fight or take flight. Either I fight you or I run away and hide. So when they fight you, it's not a fun thing. That means they bite, they tear and then they cause scar, wounds, and everything went topsy-turvy. Whereas if they take flight, fine, they run away. But if, let's say, not careful, they run away, they get knocked down by a car and things like this. There are a lot of incidents that happens. So when a dog is properly trained, training includes socializing.
But it takes two to tango. Dog owners need to know how to handle their dogs. But how should we react if we come across a stray dog without an owner? Dr. Siew, president of animal welfare group Save Our Street Dogs, has dealt with his fair share of strays, having rescued 200 dogs over 1.5 years.
If you see a single stray dog approaching you, do not be alarmed. Chances are the dog is not trying to attack you. If the dog seems friendly, you can pet the dog even. On the other hand, if you see a pack of stray dogs coming towards you looking very ferocious, keep calm, stand up straight, do not act like you're scared, turn away and walk off quickly.
Any well-trained guard dog will not bite or attack strangers. Meet Amina. This 4-year-old Belgian Shepherd dog is a protection dog and is trained for police-type work. Amina only attacks on command. She's trained to bite with force, but she will release the target when a handler shouts, "Out!" But how do we approach a dog we're not familiar with? Lucas runs through some easy steps. First, the wrong way of doing things.
Oh my god, he's so cute! Oh, he's so cute!
Approaching the dog too loudly or quickly may scare him. Dogs usually become aggressive only if they are scared. So always approach a dog the right way. Step 1.
Oh, what a cute dog!
Hi.
Hi.
Can I help you?
Can I pet you?
Yeah, sure. Okay, sit. Just short leash here.
Always ask the dog's owner if you can stroke their pet before touching them. Step 2. Approach slowly from the front. Do not make sudden movements. Speak slowly and do not make loud noises. Don't touch the dog from behind or stare at him. Step 3.
So try not to have a head-on approach from the side. Let him smell. Then after that, stroke. Yeah. Just from the side, down here. Yeah. Yeah, that's the right way.